Good morning. Just finished my restorative yoga. This week I'm starting a short series on what the holiday season really does to your health in midlife and what you can do about it. So the holiday season affects your body very differently at 45 and beyond than it did at 25. And almost nobody talks about this. So in my last video, I talked about blood pressure being the silent killer, and I shared a few simple ways to support it. I'll link that video below if you haven't seen it yet. What happens this time of year is we see real measurable changes in the body. You know, every year people end up in the emergency department because of elevated blood pressure. Maybe their blood sugars are out of control. And truthfully, the risk of heart events increases dramatically. So yes, people indulge more during the holidays, and that is part of the season. That's not the problem though. It's not enjoyment that's the problem. The problem is when our enjoyment quietly turns into, I'll deal with it in the new year. You know, all of our typical routines slip. The problem is your body doesn't press pause during December. And in midlife, it really doesn't bounce back the same way it did before. Every December, we see it, and it's not just short term. Unfortunately, blood pressures become more difficult to manage. They continue to stay elevated. Blood sugar becomes harder to control and to bring back down to the normal range. Weight becomes sticky. We never lose that 5 or 10 pounds we gain over the holidays. Our energy takes a longer time to recover. And it's not because one holiday meal caused damage, but it's because weeks of repeated stress, poor sleep, blood sugar fluctuations, and inactivity, they add up. In midlife, our bodies simply do not rebound the way they used to at 25 or even 35. And what actually changes the outcome is not sticking perfectly to some rigid plan. It's actually continuity. It's staying connected to the basics: walking, fiber, sleep, stress management, and regular meals, even imperfectly. You don't have to be good all season. You just don't want to disconnect entirely from your health for the 6-week marathon. So here's your practical takeaway for today. Don't aim for restriction or deprivation, or aim for all or nothing, right? Aim for still connected. Stay connected to basic principles. Movement most days. Maybe you're not doing an hour workout, but a 10-minute walk. Focusing on fiber during your meals. Making sure you're maintaining some sleep. And stress. Manage your stress. If you do these things, January will look very differently. So I'm not saying you need to eat steamed vegetables at every holiday meal or avoid the fun. I know that's not real life. I'm not doing that either. And it's not really sustainable. So this series, I'm going to walk you through why staying connected to your health during the holidays actually matters, and how you can enjoy the season without abandoning your healthy habits. You'll get some simple, practical things that you can start doing right now to protect your blood pressure, your heart, and your blood sugar. So in the next video, I'm going to share one of the biggest holiday food myths I hear every single year. Actually, probably not even just around the holidays. Even from people who are very health conscious, and why it actually makes blood sugar control and overeating worse, not better. So make sure that you come back tomorrow for the rest of the series. And if you know somebody who struggles to stay on track during the holiday, please share this with them. Like it and subscribe so you don't miss the next in the series.